Hello, hello. I am Alicia Richard, and welcome to my channel. This is where I talk all about locks and life. So, if you are new here, then make sure that you subscribe. I'll be talking about locks, lock extensions, and really sister locks, and a lot about life. And then I'll sprinkle in a little bit of the Lord every now and then. So, if these topics are something that you are interested in, make sure that you subscribe. So I do have my iPad out because I am going to be going over some notes and some questions. In today's video, I will be taking a deep dive into my lock extensions, and I will be telling you about the process and kind of just an update, like a mini update on how this thing has been going. If you could see, I do have my co-star here. I am trying to get on a consistency track again, where I am recording content on a consistent basis. And I just had to give your little nephew some snacks so that he would participate. And we just going to see how he continues to do. If at any time he gets a little antsy while he's in his chair, or if he stops eating his snacks, ladies, we're just going to track and adapt, right? We're just going to adjust from there. So I am now going on my YouTube channel because there were a few questions that you all had in reference to my locks. One of the questions that I will talk about, like right off the top of my head, is someone asked me, does it take longer for my retightenings? And the answer is, right now, I would say that before I got my lock extensions, it always used to take about 3 hours. When I did get my retightenings, I normally get my retightenings about every 4 weeks. So I am right on track with my retightenings. So when it comes to if the locks are if it takes longer, the last time I got my hair retightened, it took her about 3 hours. So I would say no. We also do talk a lot when I am getting my locks retightened. Like, me and my sister loctician have a very, very good relationship with each other. So when I go to the chair, it's like therapy for her and therapy for me. So we both are just feeding off of each other's energy, and we really do have an amazing time. So 3 hours rolls by just like that. Now, when it comes to if I lost any locks during my retightening, that wasn't a question, but that was just something that just came up in my mind. So when she first did my retightening, I lost about 2 locks when she was retightening them, and that was the first time. The second time, I did not lose any lock extensions when she retightened my hair. So I'm assuming that my hair is adjusting pretty well to the extensions, and right now, at the moment, I do not have no problems. Let's see. So the next question was to learn more. Someone says, this is a very interesting video that was from my lock extensions, the lock details. And she said, I want to learn more about extensions. She says that your hair did amazing. Did the whole lock come out or just the extension portion? Do you feel comfortable about speaking on the cost? Also, the length and the time of the retightening session. So I really just answered the length and the time of the retightening session. So again, I go every 4 weeks, and then the amount of time, right now the time is about 3 hours. I'll make sure that we time it. Again, if conversations get real good, she'll stop and she'll be like, we just start talking. So right now it's 3 hours. It hasn't been longer than that. When it comes to the number of locks that I do have like 445 locks. So I do have sister locks. However, my head is big. Okay. To me, my head is extreme and my locks are really small. So, when it comes up to, did the whole lock come out or just the extension portion? When the locks came out, it was just the extension portion. So it was the attachment part that was on my hair. So that was the part that came out. And thank you so much for saying that my hair looks amazing. Honestly, I am still adjusting to... Okay, so when it comes to my lock extensions, I am still getting accustomed to having... Bless you. I am still getting accustomed to the long hair, right? To be honest, It's a lot of hair. It is a lot of hair. And some days I'm like, Lord, like I be on the struggle bus a lot of times, to be honest, because I'm trying to figure out and navigate how to style my hair in this season. So I guess that was one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of styling videos, because I am getting used to my hair, getting used to like the length of it, getting used to like when I do like the ties and stuff, to like put my hair in ponytails and stuff. Like all of these things I'm still adjusting to. And to be honest, with the lock extensions, I'm still a little nervous about them as well when it comes to like the attachment piece and my hair. So I'm still cautious of when I'm going out in public, because I examine my hair. So these are some of the things that I do, and it relates to the question about me like getting accustomed to it, right? So the things that I've been doing is I would go through like lock by lock, and I would check my locks. So I would look to see if there are any like I would check to see if like maybe the extension part is detaching from itself. I would examine my locks to see if there's any places where, you know, it may be a little soft or it feels like it's about to come loose. So I would go through literally like lock by lock a lot of times, and I would just check my hair at least like once or twice a week. So those are some of the things that I actually do to make sure that my locks are still in place, because I don't want to go places and I can see where my lock is detaching. So I do keep a close eye on my lock. So I guess that was one of the reasons why some of my videos kind of just like end up okay. So when it comes to learning more about the extension, so let's get into that part. Okay. All you busy mamas out there, y'all understand how this process is, so just give me a second. Okay. All right, big guy. Yes, it is. Yeah, look at you. Okay. Come on. Oh, you poop. You stink. Yeah, that's the microphone. Okay. So when it comes to the process of hair, so I do have human hair that is in my hair. And when it comes to just more about the extensions, I would say that I normally would miss my hair twice a week. There's actually like directions of how to take care of the lock. So I would normally like miss my hair like 2 or 3 times a week. When I finish misting my hair, I normally just keep it like that. Okay. So I normally just wear it straight or sometimes in a ponytail. One of my other styles is like the rope twist that I would wear in my hair. So that has been working very, very well. When it comes to misting my hair, with the directions, she actually tells you not to soak like your locks. So I normally wash my hair about once every 4 weeks. Now she told me that I could shampoo my hair about twice, like at least like every 2 weeks. But right now I really want my hair to start locking, like the extensions to lock with my natural hair, and then that way I would feel more comfortable. So for me, I do not shampoo my hair consistently. I do it when it's time for my retightenings. Okay, so normally my retightenings are every 4 weeks. So right now I wash my hair once every 4 weeks, and I'll also grab the shampoo that I use, so that you could see the kind of shampoo that is recommended for the lock extensions. I'm gonna go change a diaper. I'll be back. All right, so again, I am back with my co-star. Hopefully he'll let me go ahead and let mommy record this video as we continue. Hopefully baby Miles will go right to sleep, right? So anyway, so we are going to continue to talk about the lock extensions and as they are in my hair, and hopefully he'll just fall right asleep. And if not, then we'll just adjust, but I'm going to record this video today. All right, so the next question is, okay, so I talked about how my extensions are, it is human hair, so we did talk about that as well. The next thing is, let's see. Oh, how much time and money does it take? Oh, yeah. So they did ask, can I talk about the price of extensions? All right. So when it comes to the price of extensions, when I first started doing my research, I did inquire with like different people about the extensions, and it was almost like some of the prices were like $1,500 and up. So it really just depends on your hair, and it also depends on what exactly you want for your extensions. So if your locks were damaged, like my locks, so I'll just give you different scenarios, and then you could talk to a lock extension specialist, and then they would kind of guide you in what would be best for you. And then you also could self-assess yourself to see what would be the best decision for you to make. So I'll just give you some examples that I was provided with when it comes to the extensions and the cost, because it depends on what you get, right? So let me just walk you through. So for me, I'll give you my example first, and then I'll provide you with some additional information. So for me, my locks were so damaged because I had color damage. So with my hair being dyed, I had locks that were short, locks that were long. I had like a variation of lengths in my hair. So I decided for me that I wanted to just extend and put my locks where I thought that they should have been. And I have already been locked for about 8 or 9 years. It'll be 9 years next year. So I've already been locked for like 9 years. So I wanted to put my hair where I felt it was supposed to be at if I did not color my hair. So with color damage, what I requested was to add lock extensions to my existing locks. So that was one option. So that could cost you, so the cost varies depending on how many locks you have and the density or the size of your locks. So if my locks were bigger, then I probably would have paid less because it would have been less locks. You see what I'm saying? So it's the number of locks, or that's how my price was calculated, by the number of locks. So I have about 445 locks, right? I know it's over 400 locks. So I have over 400 locks. I wanted to add locks, and the locks do come in different sizes. So it's like, I believe it's like a 1 millimeter, a 1.5 millimeter, a 2 millimeter, and the sizes do go up. So it really just depends on if you are adding to your locks. Also, I've seen where some locticians have taken down like traditional locks and then made them into smaller locks. So it really just depends on what type of service that you want. It is recommended, if I'm not mistaken, that you would have about like 2 inches of hair so that they could attach the extension on. So your price really just depends on how many locks you have. It also depends on if they are taking down your locks, and it also depends on the length of locks that you want as well. So my length, I chose 12 inches to add to my hair. However, you may choose 8 inches, or you may choose 5 inches, or you may choose 16. So it really just depends on how long you want your hair to be. So that also determines the price of your locks. So in my opinion, there is no set price. I would say at least starting off, and it depends on who you go to as well, because one person's price may not be the same as someone else's price. So it really does depends on the experience that they have. Also depends on really like the type of hair that they use, and also like not all lock extensions are the same. I have seen it on YouTube where some people would like twist or braid on extensions. With my extensions, they're not braided. My extensions actually look like sister locks. You see what I'm saying? So some people's extensions, all lock extensions are the same. So I would highly recommend that you do like a thorough research. I found my loctician or my lock extension person off of Instagram, and I typed in like lock extensions, sister lock extensions, and I inquired with a few people first until I found the person that I chose. So it really just depends on the loctician. It depends on their location. It depends on their experience. So I looked into all of those things before I made my decision. So one of my decision making was, what does the extension look like? Because I was not about to put extensions in my hair that looked like braids or twists. That was a deal breaker for me. in my opinion, lock extensions should not be braids or should not be twists. I was not about to do that to my hair. No ma'am, no sir. So my thing was to make sure that my lock extensions look exactly like locks. Another thing too is I wanted to make sure that I went to someone that was very, very experienced. So I stalked that Instagram page for like a whole 3-4 months before I finally made my decision, because I wanted to see what the extensions look like. I would zoom in, I would look at everything, right? So, and I also did like a virtual consultation, and then that way I was able to really just talk to the stylist and see what products and services that they offer. Okay, so he wants to get down. All right. So before I end this video, let's see if I had another question before we continue, or before I finish. I want to make sure that I answer all of the questions. And also, if you have any additional questions, just leave them in the comments so I could do more videos on answering those questions as well. All right, so the next one is, all right, so I did answer the questions. Let's see what else. All right, so when it comes to what's next, I will honestly say, like, I am going to continue to get used to my new hair. It is quite an adjustment, to be honest. I've never had hair this long before. So when I'm doing things like changing diapers or interacting with my son, my 1-year-old, a lot of times it's kind of hard sometimes, because every time I bend over, like, my hair does too. So really just being a mom and getting used to the length. Sometimes I could be picking something off the floor, and before I know it, like, my hair is on the floor too, and I'm like, oh Lord. So it's really just getting accustomed to the length. And also, a lot of attention comes with having long hair as well. So people are amazed at long hair, especially for Black women. Not to say anything is wrong with that, but I'm just saying, like, it was one time I was at my job, and then this lady had to legit, like, stop herself from asking me, is all of this my hair? She was like, oh my gosh, your hair is so pretty. And she said, is all of that? And she said, and she stopped, and she was like, your hair is beautiful. But she wanted to ask me if all of this was my real hair, which is fine. I mean, sometimes I tell people yes, sometimes I tell people no. But if you do know me and if you see me, you know, like, this ain't my hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see me like 5 months ago. So for the most part, though, I am honest about my journey, and sometimes I do tell people, yeah, you know, these are lock extensions, but for the most part, I just don't even answer the question. Somebody will ask me, how long have I had my locks? 9 years. 9 years. And I kind of just leave it at that. I don't be like, oh, these are lock extensions. Like, that's none of your business. Unless you follow me on YouTube, then you would know. But other than that, my baby done traveled. Come in my house. All right, so let me hurry up and finish this video since he's loose. So yeah, so other than that, he was right here just a second ago. That's why I saw him beating on the tambourine. All right, so now I got to wrap it up. Little Matt, feel like it that day, but a lot of times I don't feel like explaining things to people. I'm just like, you know what, I ain't got the time for it. So really what I do most of the time is I just go with the flow, like. So yeah, so other than that, let me talk about this style right quick. All right, so the style that I have in my hair, I'll put like a video on top of this to show you the rollers that I use. But lately when I do like roll my hair, I didn't record myself through the process, because last night was a night that I literally like went through each lock to make sure that it was like attached on. So I'll do a video of me like investigating my hair or assessing my hair to kind of just see where it's at. But I wanted to test out how curls would look on my hair, being that my hair is longer now. So I wanted to test like how will these curls look. So the process that I go through, I do not I do not like pull on my hair or anything. I try to make sure that my when I do curl it is as loose as it can be, because I do not want to add additional tension, and you're not supposed to do that because the locks can detach. So I did curl my hair. I left my rollers in overnight, and then I loosed them out this morning. So overall, I am pretty pleased with the way that my hair has curled. I'll continue to like try different curls and styles and stuff like that. I don't know how long these curls are going to last, because this is my first time having these curls. So I'll just kind of see how they go throughout the week and what they do. But for the most part though, I do like the curls. Again, I just got to get used to having all this hair. Like, I just got to get used to like okay, it got to sit with me for a little while. It got to sit with me. So it's been about a month and a half since I've gotten them, and I've been enjoying them. It's just an adjustment. All right, so that is all for me. Please make sure that you follow me on Instagram, because I will be posting there. I also have a Facebook page as well. You can follow me over there. It's Alicia Richard. And if you have any additional comments or anything that you want to know about the extensions and the process, make sure that you leave a comment below, and we'll talk about it then. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.